Hello guys, welcome back to another reaction video here on Our Eyes Your Eyes. I'm ready to watch the second to last episode, that means episode 63 of a Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. But before starting this video, I just want to remind you to subscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell and follow me because next week it will be the last episode, but you can find other anime reaction videos on this channel. Okay, last time I felt emotional. It's something obvious that it's happening to me. Let's see what's going to happen now because we need to know more about what's about to happen to all. Are you ready to watch the episode together with me? It's time to watch it. How dare you, I should say. Oh no, once again? Oh, but this is never ending. Now what's wrong? Ah. No, the prince. Oh, but it makes me feel bored. Oh, come on with this stone. Yeah. Don't underestimate the human beings. Exactly. Keep trying. Oh, no. No. No, the prince is risking his arms. Eh? No. I agree with this. That's true. Whoa! But it's better like this. In my opinion, it's better. Whoa! Exactly. Greed, thank you. Oh no! Oh, I thought that it was almost working, but look, yeah, the arms are gone. Yeah, see, there was someone who cared about you. Yeah. At the end, you had the friends you wanted to have. Oh, whoa! Whoa! Look at. Whoa! Whoa! That was a hole, like. Whoa! He's done. Bye bye. Bye bye. Whoa! Bye bye. Yeah. Yeah, but you should do it in another way. You did it in the wrong way. Exactly. Hmm. Hmm. Because you didn't know what despair is. You have to face. Yeah, I agree with this. How can you be perfect when something is missing? Mm. Yeah. Ooh. He can't do it. Hmm. We can't use the Eastern alchemy. There has to. He said it. He said it. It's enough for him. We are also waiting for that. Now you have a two hands, yes, and one hand is the nails are grown. Yes, let's use the alchemy. I think she likes all. He said it, Oyaji. Come on. Oh my no. No. I hope you will be able to come back for real. What is it? Ooh. Abe, who cares at this point? Oh yeah. That's not true. Yes. Mm-hmm. Who cares? Oh yes. Mm. Yeah. Let's become Edward once again. Yes. Yes. Woo. I'll come back. Yes. Oh. I'm so happy. Oh, Mei-chan. Oh yeah, now. Of the confusion. Oh, Henheim, it's better if you leave. Yes. Yes. You didn't create problems only. You create a great job, great kids. Oh no. Let's become old. He is old now. I imagined to cry once again. Look. Where should I start from? I want to start step by step as the episode went on. Greed. That was really nice to see that even if he was not supposed to do what he did it. I'm talking about the fact that he wanted to protect the prince somehow, and he said, "You don't need me. You have another philosopher's stone." But I think what he really wanted to say is that the prince is brave enough and he has all the characteristics to become a great emperor. and to take care of his people without that sort of a power. But anyway, if he really wants to, Lan Fang has the Philosopher's Stone, so he doesn't have to take care of him anymore. On the contrary, the prince, even Edward, showed him that no matter what he was, he started becoming their friend. And they were so sorry to be separated from him, because after all they experienced together, they got in touch with him more and more, and he was helping them when they needed. So human beings have the power to create bonds, even if what you have in front of you is different, is not the same, is something strange. They can get affectionated to this thing. It was really nice to see that Greed reached his final goal before ending his existence. That means being surrounded by friends, being remembered, that it was really important to him, because he understood that by being under the Father, there was not a chance to be accepted or to be loved or to be... That was really, really nice. When Greed slowly disappeared, we understood that now he was in peace because he reached the goal he really wanted to reach. And then, wow, when Father was defeated and he had to face his own self, and he had to face what really God was. In fact, even the contrast of colors was definitely beautiful. This part of himself, this part of this consciousness, it's called the One or God, was white while he was black. We discovered that even Father has great desires, and he really wanted to release that flask. But how he did that and what he did after he could have reached that goal, that was terrible, because he reached his goal by doing something negative, and by keep doing something negative instead of appreciate that he was helped by Slave 23 to be released. But then we discovered that actually everything started from Ohenheim, because this flask, this homunculus, was asking him, don't you want to have the same rights? Don't you want to be free? So everything started from Ohenheim, who desired some things and who was not agreeing with what happened to his life or to the people who were next to him. Because by being a slave, you start feeling bad things, like a sort of revenge, or you really want to be free and you think that other people treat you as a slave, so you are not free because of others, and you start believing that these people who made you as a slave, they are bad people, so you want to go against them. So all the mixed feelings involved when he helped the homunculus coming out from the flask. This blood that was connected to him created the portrait, the bad portrait of what he could have become, and it was this match between himself at the end of the day. So Ohenheim had to go against his own self for some reasons, and the fact that he could make it, or the fact that his son made it, makes you understand that Ohenheim realized that he was not guilty entirely, because at the end of this story he was able to create something really beautiful, the best part of himself, that is his son or his sons. And in fact, this great production that is his sons was able to defeat the bad part of himself that was of course corrupted by these homunculus who tried to provoke him or who tried to corrupt him by telling him, don't you want this, don't you want that, if you release me that will be the chance you will gain everything you really wanted. And this sort of temptation that is always present, especially in shonen. Yeah, the fact that Edward, as I told you in the previous episode, I think that Ohenheim was just waiting now that Edward would have said father to him. And when he did it all, I was crying so much because I knew that there would have been that moment specifically to be reached. And once that moment was reached, Ohenheim was free for real and was happy enough to have lived a long life, struggling most of the time. But at the end, as soon as he heard the things he really wanted to listen to, that means being trusted by all and father from Edward, that was the peak of his happiness. And once he reached it, that was enough for him. I really loved this story because it can really teach you many things, especially when Edward later is meeting his own self, when these entities are telling him, look, you can live without alchemy, are you ready for this? Because his own life was based on learning alchemy, becoming an alchemist, becoming a state alchemist, and do everything that was possible to repent for the mistake he made. As soon as he heard, you can live without alchemy and you can get your brother's body back without alchemy and without using alchemy anymore. That was the most amazing news I could listen to, because I was afraid that Edward was about to sacrifice himself for all, but this didn't happen, and I'm so happy. And who cares about alchemy at the end of the day? Humans can live without, because on the contrary, they have another power that shouldn't be underestimated. That means love, and the fact that Edward has lots of friends and lots of people who really admire him for what he is, for the principles he followed throughout this journey, and alchemy was not the point. They didn't like him because he was a state alchemist, even if he was using always this name or this status, but nobody liked him because of this. He made friendships because he was Edward Elric, and this was really important because that makes you understand that you don't need power, you don't need status, you don't need fame, etc., etc. You need to be loved, you need to be supported by people who really love. And this is really amazing. This is a great message that everybody should follow, especially people who want to become popular, especially people who want to gain more and more and more, even in real life. This is an amazing message that the author wanted to spread, and I'm so happy, absolutely. And later we saw that Al could regain his body back, and he was trusting his brother so much, and in fact we see that Edward kept the promise. And he kept the promise not because he was an alchemist, he kept the promise because he was a brother and because he loved his brother. I'm so happy for Al, but I think Mei-chan loves Al somehow. So probably in the last episode we are going to see that they marry, maybe. Ohenheim can die in peace after he reached his happiness. He did all he did, and all his story was well described, so we could understand why he did these things instead of others. Why did he choose to abandon his kids for several years? Why he chose to do some other things? And Pinako, so sorry, but you can't punch him anymore, as I was predicting. But I'm so happy that he could reach Trisha's grave, and he could say to Trisha that Edward said father to him. This was really beautiful. Probably when homunculus was created later, these homunculus embodied the feelings even Ohenheim felt, because Ohenheim really wanted to be called as a father. But throughout those years, he couldn't until the end, where we see Edward calling him like this after all did. So even this concept of a father, to have someone under you, to be the top, even Hohenheim wanted to be a father to someone and wanted to be called as a father. So all these connections between Hohenheim and father, that means homunculus, is really interesting. But as we noticed, if we wish so much one thing, the best thing to reach this goal or this wish you have is to fight for it with the best skills you have, without being corrupted by, sometimes by even your own feelings, or by your deep corrupting desires. I don't know how to say this, but yeah, sometimes we are tempted because we want to be tempted. Because if someone is telling me, oh, look, you will become popular, you will make 1 million subscribers if you touch me, or something like that. No matter the temptation, if you don't want to be tempted, you will never be able to be tempted. Do you understand what I mean? It depends if you really want. And in fact, Edward doesn't want to be tempted by alchemy anymore, because alchemy was a temptation at the beginning, especially after Al's body's conditions were turning into a disgrace. He decided to use alchemy to reach this goal, but actually he doesn't need alchemy to reach it, because he didn't use a philosopher's stone. He didn't, yes, he used alchemy to go back to Al's body, but I think that that type of alchemy is a good one, is that alchemy that can connect it to your heart, not to alchemy as it is. Wow, sensational, great story. Thank you so much for recommending me this. And now let's see what's going to happen in the last episode, because of course Hohenheim died and he wanted to reach his last happiness, to be next to Trisha. He didn't break this promise too, because at the end of the day, even if she died first, now he can stay next to her forever. So that was really, really beautiful. Stay tuned, guys, because next week I come back with the last episode of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. In the meantime, feel free to subscribe to the channel, because after Fullmetal Alchemist, I will react to many other anime coming. So stay tuned and keep on watching me. Bye, guys. See you in the next video.